Is XRP about to experience a price explosion in the next 48 hours? The market is buzzing with anticipation, and this crucial time frame could be the turning point for XRP. With recent market shifts and important technical indicators lining up, there's a chance that XRP could see a significant move in the coming days. If you've been following XRP closely, you know that the coin has been somewhat steady in recent weeks, but it's now at a critical price level. In the next 48 hours, XRP could either break through key resistance levels and set the stage for a strong rally, or it could stay within its current range. What's making this time so important? Well, several key indicators are aligning right now. XRP is showing signs of momentum with increased trading volume and positive sentiment from large investors. Volume patterns, combined with support and resistance levels, suggest that a breakout might be on the horizon. But there's more to watch. XRP's on-chain activity is also revealing interesting signals. Whale movements and large wallet transfers could be hinting at bigger moves soon. Even more important, there could be some external factors like regulatory updates or new partnership announcements that might trigger a surge in XRP's price. The next 48 hours are packed with potential, and it's a time when investors need to stay alert. If XRP breaks through its crucial resistance levels, we could see the price move up quickly, possibly hitting new highs. This is why now is the time to pay attention. XRP's potential to explode is on the table, and we're only a few days away from seeing which way the market will move. Keep watching, because these next 48 hours could be a game changer for XRP. With the next 48 hours being so critical, let's dive deeper into the key indicators you should be watching for XRP. First, let's talk about support and resistance levels. XRP has been trading within a range, and right now it's approaching a critical resistance level. If XRP can break above this level and maintain its position, we could see it surge to new heights. On the flip side, if it fails to break through this resistance, it may face a short-term setback and possibly drop back to support levels. Watching how XRP reacts to these levels over the next 2 days will be a clear indicator of the potential direction. Another important signal to watch is trading volume. Recently, we've seen increased volume in XRP, which is a positive sign for a possible breakout. When there is strong volume, it indicates that investors are confident and the momentum is building for a bigger move.
Higher volume usually supports a price move in the direction of the breakout.
If the volume continues to rise in the coming days, it could be a clear sign that XRP is on the verge of a big move. Then there's XRP's on-chain data. This includes looking at wallet activity, especially from large holders or whales. If you notice that large XRP holders are moving their assets, or if there are significant transfers between wallets, it could signal that big players are preparing for a larger shift in price. We've also seen some positive sentiment from institutions and larger investors, which could also drive XRP's value upward. Lastly, pay attention to any external factors like news about XRP's partnerships or regulatory updates, as these events can quickly trigger a price move. Regulatory clarity or a new partnership could be the spark that pushes XRP past its resistance. In short, the next 48 hours will be crucial in determining whether XRP will break free from its current price range or if it will take a breather before another move. Stay tuned and keep watching for these key indicators. As we enter this crucial 48-hour window, it's important to understand why these levels matter and how they will influence XRP's price. The support and resistance levels we've been talking about are not just numbers, they represent the psychological barriers that traders and investors watch closely. When XRP hits a resistance level, it means that many traders are looking to sell at that price, which can create a temporary halt in the price movement. However, if XRP breaks through that resistance level, it signals to the market that buyers are taking control and that a new trend could be forming. On the flip side, support levels represent areas where buyers usually step in and buy, thinking the price is low enough to make a good investment. If XRP drops below a strong support level, it could trigger panic selling and further declines. That's why watching how XRP behaves at these key levels is so important over the next 48 hours. If it holds above support and makes a strong attempt at breaking resistance, the chances of a bullish breakout are high. The next 48 hours will essentially be a make or break time for XRP, and the price action we see during this period could set the tone for what's to come in the following weeks. If XRP manages to rise and break through resistance, it could be a signal that institutional interest is continuing to grow and that XRP's bullish momentum is set to carry on. On the other hand, if XRP struggles to hold these levels, we could see more sideways movement or a downtrend before the next big move. As investors, it's critical to understand that the market doesn't always follow a straight line, and volatility is part of the game. However, by watching these key levels and indicators, you can stay ahead of the curve and make better decisions about your investments. Now, more than ever, it's important to stay alert and informed as we look toward the next few days. It's also important to consider the bigger picture for XRP. The current market dynamics, XRP's price, key indicators, and resistance levels are just part of the story. XRP's long-term potential is still tied to its real-world utility and growing adoption in global financial systems. While the short-term volatility can be unsettling, XRP's value is fundamentally linked to its role in the cross-border payments market and the growing interest in digital assets. XRP isn't just a speculative asset, it's being used by financial institutions around the world to improve the speed and cost-effectiveness of global payments. This real-world application gives XRP a strong foundation, making it less susceptible to market panic compared to other cryptocurrencies that don't have the same level of institutional use. That said, the next 48 hours could be pivotal in setting the market sentiment for the weeks to come. If XRP can maintain its support levels and break through resistance, we may see a strong rally as institutional investors gain more confidence. The growing adoption of XRP in the financial sector also suggests that the demand for the token will continue to increase, even if the market experiences fluctuations. If XRP does manage to break through and reach higher levels, it could signal the start of a much larger bullish trend for both XRP and the broader cryptocurrency market. But it's also important to keep in mind that nothing in the market is guaranteed. While the technical indicators are promising, external factors like regulatory news or global economic shifts could still have a significant impact on XRP's price. Therefore, investors should remain flexible whether you're a long-term holder or a short-term trader. It's important to be prepared for all potential outcomes. Stay alert, stay informed, and remember that XRP's journey is just beginning. The next 48 hours could provide some of the most important clues for what comes next. Looking forward, the key takeaway is that XRP's future is not just about short-term price movements, it's about its ability to maintain and grow its presence in the global financial ecosystem. While the next 48 hours will certainly have an impact on its price, XRP's real value comes from its use as a solution for cross-border payments, remittances, and global financial infrastructure. As XRP's adoption continues to grow, its use case expands, making it more relevant and valuable to both financial institutions and retail investors alike. The demand for faster, cheaper, and more efficient international payments is not going away. In fact, XRP is positioned to take a larger share of that growing market. As institutions continue to back XRP, we'll see more real-world applications come into play, which will only increase XRP's utility and value over time. That said, while technical indicators and price movements will dictate the near-term trends, it's crucial to keep your eyes on the bigger picture. The market is still volatile, and there are many external factors like regulatory news, global economic shifts, and technological